Good morning, everybody. So this is the layers of Earth examples that I created this morning. I just wanted to create some examples so that you would know what kind of is expected of you for this activity, okay? So the first one that I have is right here. This is just a simple drawing of the layers of Earth. You'll notice that there's 4 different layers, or 3 main ones, right? You have the crust, which is very thin on the outside. It's what we stand on, right? Then we have the mantle, which is about, I think, 70 to 75% of the Earth's layer. It's a big portion. I probably drew this outer core a little too big, that's okay. And then you have your outer core, and then your inner core is the very center of Earth, okay? So that's an example of a drawing. Next, I'm going to show you some examples of things that I put together to make a model, okay? They're kind of silly, bear with me. So this first one is, as you can see, is a toilet paper roll. And then I wrapped a towel around it to represent the crust. The toilet paper would represent the mantle because that's the thickest part of the Earth. And it's a little softer than the crust. And then you can't really see it, but the cardboard on the inside of the toilet paper would represent your outer core, and then that that's orange. That orange ribbon on the inside would represent your inner core, okay? The next one, this one's not really working that well, but I have a teacup, which the teacup would represent the crust, and then I brewed some tea. The tea is going to represent the mantle. And then my floating core, the bottle cap would represent the outer core, and the blueberry that is hanging on for dear life would represent the inner core. Okay? Next, here is, I think it's like a cake holder thing. I don't even know what it is. But this nice design on the outside is going to represent our crust. And then, oops, my mantle is falling apart. The mantle, which is this section right here, would be made out of lentils. And then you have your black beans, which are going to represent your outer core. And then I did put a little thing of toilet paper roll in here, but it, excuse me, it's just to separate the food so that I can clean it up easier. But the inner core is made up of flavored roasted corn, something like that. I can't remember. It's a roasted snack. So those are my examples of like crafty put together type. The next thing I'm going to show you is an actual model that I got from a teacher a couple years ago. And you actually probably recognize this from the video. I had it next to the quarantine board. I didn't notice it was actually upside down in the video, so you can laugh at that. Good job, Miss Seville. But if you open this up, you'll notice that it's split in half. It's in a little diagram now, okay? So if you zoom in, you'll notice at the very top it says crust, and then you have your mantle, you have your outer core, and your inner core. And the cool thing about this is that they actually tell you how deep each layer is. So the crust is between 5 to 25. The mantle is 1800. The outer core is 1400 to 2000. And the inner core is 1000 to 16,000. So pretty cool. And then the last thing I wanted to show y'all, I actually was going to read this to you guys in class, but you know, we're not together. But I may or may not have a little Zoom session in case you want me to show you everything. It's a pop-up book. I know that sounds very elementary, which technically you're still in elementary school, but that's okay. But this has some really cool stuff in there in case you want to look at it. It's not all layers of Earth. It's about fossils, tectonic plates, volcanoes, dinosaurs, the atmosphere, all that good stuff. And last thing, this is just a kind of joke I was gonna do. I bought this seat cushion at Target for like $3 last year, and I thought it'd be really funny if I gave this to a student while we were teaching this topic and just said, you know, like, hey, you should sit on this cushion. And then after they sit on it, you're like, oh, so-and-so's on top of the world. Haha. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, feel free to Zoom chat me, email, or you can always set up a phone call. Bye.